Hey guys, it's Victor once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about PhD scholarships. I'll be talking about the Chancellors International Scholarship at the University of Warwick and also the PAIS Studentship also at the University of Warwick. So the Chancellor Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship for all programs at the University of Warwick. While the PAIS program is PAIS is for Politics and International Studies department. So the PAIS scholarship is for those looking for PhD opportunities in politics, international development, and issues like that. Also at the University of Warwick. As some of you know, I am a PhD student at the University of Warwick and I actually won this scholarship, the PAIS scholarship, earlier this year. And I was also able to get a teaching job months after I resumed the department. So there are lots of opportunities here in the UK, and this is just one of those numerous opportunities to study for free for 3 to 4 years PhD, all funded. And you could also make extra income and get extra experience from teaching or from working as a teaching assistant, as I am doing. So the aim of this video is to show you how to get either of these scholarship, either the Chancellor's International Scholarship or the PACE Scholarship, and you can even apply for both if you are interested in political science. If you're not a political scientist, you could apply for the Chancellor's Scholarship, which covers full tuition, living expenses as well. So these are generous opportunities for high achieving candidates, I must say. You must have good grades, you must have like a good transcript that spells out your grade, and because these are international scholarships and people will be applying from different parts of the world, from China to Paraguay to South Africa to Germany. So to be competitive you have to have a strong profile. So together we'll be reading through the admissions requirements and I'll be giving you tips on how I got mine, especially for those aspiring to apply for the PACE PhD studentship, the one I got earlier this year. I could give some insider information and things like that. So stay with me as I give you the juicy details on how to apply for this fully funded general scholarship at the University of Warwick. And I must say, I'm not speaking for the university or I'm not speaking in any official capacity. I'm just giving you personal tips, personal suggestions on how to beef up your application as regards applying for these scholarships I mentioned. So I'll be sharing my screen with you shortly, so stay with me and take out your notebook or your notepad, depending on which one you use it, and jot down some important points. So let's go. So guys, this is the website for the Chancellor's International Scholarship at the University of Warwick in the UK, where I study. Let's quickly look at the admissions requirements. So to be eligible for this scholarship, you have to apply for a PhD at any of the available courses, available programs, PhD programs at the university. And you are either an overseas or a EU fee-paying student. And the scholarship cannot be deferred for another year. So this particular scholarship is for 2021, to begin at 2021. The deadline for the scholarship is midnight on the 21st of January, and by then you must have submitted all documents, all supporting documents. We will be reviewing these documents shortly. So what does the scholarship cover? It covers everything actually. Full tuition fees and a living allowance of over £15,000 in a year. There are also some research grants for those that will be in need of some extra research grants, probably for their field work or to get lab materials. And the funding is for 3.5 years, almost, let's say, for the entirety of your PhD research, because usually PhD research at Warwick, the researches are between usually 3 to 4 years. So the funding would cover 3.5 years. So how do you go about this scholarship? First, you're meant to apply for one of the eligible courses. And in this case, all courses actually are eligible. So the scholarship is twofold. First, apply to the department um, where your program is based, and then apply for the scholarship as well. But you do not need to wait to be admitted into that program that you applied for to apply for the scholarship. You can actually do them almost concurrently. But I think it's better to begin with the department application, because you need some form of a student number or application number to fill the scholarship form for this Chancellor's Scholarship. So begin with your program application first. Then when you get like a student number, then begin with your scholarship application. So different programs have their different admissions requirements. So go to the program page of the course you intend to apply for and check the admissions requirements, the grades you should have, the language requirements, if you need to take a language test or not. You have to clarify all that. So go to the particular course you intend to apply for and check the particular admissions requirement. Most PhD applications as well, you need to get a PhD supervisor. You need to contact a supervisor in that department and make sure he or she is available to supervise your research. So another way of doing this is going to the page of the program you intend to apply for, check the staff profile and check the number of professors whose research interests are aligned with yours, and send them an email. In case you need a template on how to send a professor an email, that is if you need to contact a professor for your application, I've done a video on that in the past, and I'll be linking that video to this particular one, so you could check there for a template on how to consult your professor and ask them for supervision. That is important for a number of departments. Talking about applying for programs, for PhD programs, let's check out the available PhD programs at the University of Warwick. So let's go here and see the programs available, the PhD programs available. So here you go, the list of the programs eligible. All programs are eligible, as I said, for the Chancellors International Scholarship. So there are lots of programs here, and I believe there's something for everyone. From medical sciences to political science to sociology to data science to engineering, depends on what you want, to language, linguistics, history, economics, business, creative arts. So let's go back to the scholarship questions. There are a number of essay questions you need to answer while applying for the scholarship. So let's quickly take a look at the essay questions and possible ways of answering them. So these are the essay questions, guys. The first question is about your educational history, your skills and expertise and professional experience in 300 words. So here you go straight to the point to state what you studied in undergrad, the grade you got, whether it's a first class or a high second class upper. You could also state the name of the dissertation you did. If you did a dissertation, the title of the dissertation you did, and probably the grade you got in your dissertation. Then you move forward to your master's degree, where you studied, what you studied, also the overall grade you got. Then do you have work experience? What kind of work experience do you have? Where did you work? And most importantly, what skills did you learn from work? For instance, you did some kind of data analysis, so you can now work with R or with Stata or with SPSS or with Python, state it there. Or you're into qualitative methods like surveys, interviews, and things like that, state it there. And they also need you to state your publications. So if you have publications, this is a good opportunity to state them, the journals that they were published, when they were published, the title and everything. Then your academic awards. Have you received scholarship in the past? Have you received awards in your class? Were you the best graduating student? Were you among the top 5, the top 10 in your department? And since this is an international scholarship with people applying from different countries, so you do not need to be humble here. You have to blow your trumpet, show the skills you've got, show that you're an expert in this field, at least comparatively, that you're an expert in this field. You've done a lot already and you're the best pick for the scholarship. So state all those things that will give you an edge over other candidates. So the second one is about your research in particular. That's the research you intend to undertake for your PhD in particular. So they want you to state why your research is relevant. So here you state the topic of your research and state why it is relevant. Why should people care about this research? What's the societal impact of this research you intend to undertake? Then situate this your research amidst current literature. So in most topics, if not all topics, people have already said things about it, written things about it. So how does yours differ from the existing research in your field? What are you adding into the field? What gap are you filling in that field you've chosen? So state what has been written already, then situate your research amidst existing literature. Then now state your supervisor. State if there's somebody in the department or a number of supervisors in that department you've contacted and who have agreed to supervise your research. For instance, in the politics department, you need somebody to agree to supervise your research before your application is even considered, before you're even given admission. So make sure you have an insider, someone inside who is ready to supervise your work. So here you state the person's name, state the person's research, and show how the person's research aligns with your research. The third question is about like a summary of your research proposal. And since it's just 500 words, I think you're allowed to submit a longer proposal when it comes to your department application. But here for the scholarship application, they just want 500 words. So you have to hit the nail on the head. What you should do is that you should go straight to the research question or questions, a quick literature review, and go back to situate your own research amidst the literature review. Then state the methodology you hope to use to accomplish the same research, and probably a timeline. It's a 3 to 4 year program. So specify what you'll be doing in the first year, what you'll be doing in the second year, third year, and fourth year, just like a tentative timetable, and show how realistic your work is. So research question, existing literature, situating your topic or your research amidst existing literature, talk about the methodology you hope to use, and then go into like a tentative timetable of how you hope to carry out this research. So what supporting documents do you need for this research? As I said, you just have to answer those essays I talked about just now. And since you have submitted an application already to the department, they're going to make use of the referees you submitted, the references you submitted for your departmental application. So you do not need to send another reference letter, for instance. The reference letters attached to your application will be used in this scholarship application as well. However, if there are some documents missing in your departmental application, for instance, you submitted like an awaiting result for your department application and now the results are out, it's a good time to also submit that the new results you've gotten for this scholarship application. So guys, let's now look at the second scholarship I talked about, and that is the PAIS PhD Studentship. So PAIS is the acronym for Politics and International Studies. So that's the Department of Politics and International Studies at the University of Warwick in the UK, where I studied. I got the scholarship this year. I think that was in April 2020. So guys, this is my letter of award. I was awarded the PAIS Studentship on the 29th of April 2020. So the new application window is open, and I'll be sharing tips on how you can apply as well and get the scholarship. So it's also a fully funded scholarship, and you have to first apply to the department. Apply to the department, look for a supervisor, fulfill the application's requirements of the Department of Politics and International Studies. That is important. Then there's a separate application for the scholarship. So remember, first you have to fulfill the application's requirement for the department. Go to the department, look for a supervisor. That is very important. You cannot be admitted if there is nobody in the department available to supervise your research. So it's important to go there, find the supervisor, and see a professor whose research interests align with yours. Send him or her an email and try to convince the professor that you're a good student. I have a template on how to contact professors, so I'll be linking that video to this one on how to write an email to the professor, what documents to attach, and how to phrase the email. So once you get the green light from the professor, you're very likely to get admitted. So that is the first step of the application process. Then the second step is applying for the scholarship itself. But you do not need to wait until you're admitted before you apply for the scholarship. I believe the deadline for the scholarship is on the 21st of January 2021. So you do not need to wait to be admitted into the department before applying for the scholarship. All you need is like the student number or the application number given on your application portal. You just need that application number to apply for the scholarship. So let's see, there's a particular form for the scholarship, and we'll be looking at the form together. Yeah, the application form for the scholarship will specify what particular questions they want you to answer regarding the PAIS scholarship. So there are a number of instructions here you can read on your own, and these are the questions I believe they want you to answer on that form. So I'll be opening the form soon for you to see, but let us take a quick look at the questions you're meant to answer on the form. So there they want an abstract of your research project, the theoretical background, What they mean here is like a quick review of existing literature in your field, what people have said, the underlying argument in your area of research. Then a quick, this is the form, I believe. Yes, this is the form. Then a quick literature review of what people have said about your area of research. The theoretical background is quite close to also this existing literature. So what people have said about that area of concern that you intend to research in. Then how your project or how your research differs from what is already existing. That defend the significance of your research. Why should people care about this research? What method are you going to employ? And why are you employing that particular method? How does this research relate to your previous research? What experience do you have in this field that you intend to research? Then, have you found a supervisor? What is the supervisor's interest? And how does this align with your own interest? And there's something they call clusters in a department. Clusters are different research groups. Like you have clusters for international or global development. There are clusters for democratization, clusters for, I think, security as well. So what cluster does your research fall? So what cluster does your research fall? So it's important. Then you have to send 2 references to the department specifically for your scholarship. And your referee should talk about your ability to undertake independent research, your ability for critical thinking, your readiness for a PhD, essentially. So you're also sending a copy of your transcript and CV. All the information is given here already. So these are the clusters I'm talking about. You have Center for the Study of Democratization, Center for the Study of Globalization and Regionalization, then Center for Ethics, Law, and Public Affairs. So read them on your own and see which one best align with yours. These are the clusters. These are the research centers, and these are the clusters. So check which one actually align with yours and do a quick reading and show relationship. This is the admission form, I believe. So here you just fill in your personal details. And remember here they said name of supervisor. That's why it's important to get a supervisor. Here they say Warwick ID. This ID is the number you get when you submit your department application. Then here you state what cluster or research center your proposed research falls into. Then a quick summary of your qualifications. Now these are the questions we read initially, like an abstract of your work, then how the literature connects to your work, the existing literature on your area of specialization, and how your work connects to the literature, I believe. What gap is your work covering? Then the significance of your work. Why should people care? What method are you using and why are you using that method? Then how experienced are you in this particular field? Have you done something in this field before? How does it relate to things like your publication or your undergraduate project or your master's project? Then state your ability to get a supervisor. State the name of the supervisors, their research, and how it aligns with yours. Then show how your project fits into the different areas of research at PAIS. And that is it, guys. I hope it is clear. So this is the application document that got me my own PhD funding. This is what I used to apply in I think so, January 2020. So this is my document. Yep. This is the winning document for application cycle 2020. So I believe you can do the same. Just read the instructions closely and then send me your questions in case you have any questions. Send me your questions. I will be pleased to answer. Yes, I'll try to make out time to answer your questions. And that's it, guys. I hope this was useful. So whether you're applying for the PAIS Studentship or the Vice Chancellor Studentship, I wish you the best. And in case you have questions, put down below and I'll try to get back to you regarding that. Wow, guys, that was fantastic. There are many more goodies coming your way. So in case you've not subscribed, kindly do that now to be updated on recent scholarships, funding opportunities both for masters and PhD. So if you've not subscribed, this is the best time to do so. And until next time, guys, stay inspired and bye bye.